charged as the energy felt coming in, these cards are very quiet right now. I was ready for them to be popping up left and right and barely be able to contain the energy. It's kind of just like lovingly fell into my hand. It wasn't even like a pop out or anything like that. But yeah, Page of Swords, first card out. And this feels like follow the play. Um, Whatever feels light right now in your experience, follow it and allow it to grow and expand and take up even more space in your experience. Um, Especially if there's a lot of things that don't feel like play, if there's a lot of things that are more trying and more difficult and more hard to navigate, um, really hold on to those things that come in that feel light, that feel nice, that make you feel like this, you know. Their eyes are closed, they got two hands on the sword, they're in the wind, you kind of see. And yeah, they're just following their heart and really becoming one with the present moment, which is everything. So yeah, this week definitely lean into those things that feel light, that feel airy, that feel not so serious, and understand that you and that energy is going to allow your cup to be filled and give you the energy, the clarity, and everything you need to be able to navigate the rest. And even in this process, you'll realize that some of the stuff isn't even, you don't even have to navigate. Your vibration will change so much that some of it will fall away because you just won't be in resonance to it. Um, and yeah, just pay attention to the people who also make you feel that way, um, and hold those people close. And you got King of Swords on the bottom. Understand that through that process of play, through that process of allowing yourself to get light, that the clarity you need, the strength you need, the transformations you've been, trying to undergo and really lean into will unfold exactly how you want them to and how you need them to. Yeah, he just looks so clear and so determined to me. And I've never even noticed the line above his head. And this just feels like strength and the strength card itself in general. And it's like I've always noticed the big butterfly here, but there's like little butterflies here. And it just feels like all around transformation, like in every arena of your life, not just one area, but understanding that it's all the big picture. Like nothing that you experience happens in a vacuum, you know? Like this dynamic over here affects this dynamic, and that dynamic that from years ago that you outgrew a while ago is impacting this dynamic, and it just everything that you've experienced and everything that you experience right now plays its part. And understand that you inviting play in right now and getting light and being in the present is where all these transformations meet. Your past, present, your future all come together as you come into this present moment, and you're fully embodied, and you're playing, and look, his eyes are closed. He's in the darkness, his own darkness. And that's where possibilities lie. When you're not looking outside for answers, when you're not getting lost in the amount of things that are going on outside, but being able to really cultivate that relationship with your inner world and your truths, and yeah, able to spend some time in there. Yeah, understand that leads to everything, and that's the call right now. So if you find yourself feeling more dreamy, you find yourself spending more time in your own la la land than in the physical and in the mix of everything that's going on, understand that that's okay, and that's where you're supposed to be right now, especially as fall is is nearing its conclusion, and we're transitioning into winter. Yeah, because winter is a time of reflection, introspection, rest, and just really fostering that connection to yourself and all that is, and reviewing the year and all that as we get ready to ramp things back up in the spring and start blossoming and moving forward with our new ideas and going after everything that we see for ourselves. So understand if right now you find yourself moving a little slower, you find yourself a little checked out, that you're in perfect alignment and that you're reflecting what nature is doing. You're reflecting the world outside. So yeah, don't get caught up in trying to keep up with people and man-made structures and things like that, because yeah, if you go look at nature, you'll realize that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So yeah, go frolic in some meadow or something and enjoy that. And whoever makes you feel like this, take them with you. And y'all can frolic together. And I promise you that leads to everywhere you're going. And it's not separate. It's really, really not separate. And look, on the split, damn, yeah, on the split, we've got the Hierophant. And this just feels like, it just feels like you're in a place right now of learning. And it's not necessarily learning from the outside. It's learning from yourself. It's learning from the feedback you get when you do certain things, when you talk to certain people, when you engage in certain activities, the way it makes you feel, um, the way it impacts the rest of your day, the way it impacts the things you create, the way it leaves you feeling inspired, or the way things make you feel drained. It's like, just pay attention to everything right now, and everything you're feeling is information. So it's like, if there's something that's you're engaging in, and it's like, wow, this every time, or wow, this really makes me feel charged up, or wow, when I talk to this person, it makes me want to go climb mountains and go do this and that. Like, that's important information to know. It's like, okay, dang, when I eat this thing, like I always feel sleepy after, or like, dang, when I go to this place, I always come back and I need to recharge and rest, and I feel so drained. And it's like, all that's information. So pay attention and understand that there's no coincidences. Um, yeah, everything is feedback. Everything is feedback. Everything is mirrors. It's like, you can learn so much about yourself if you understand that through everything. Like, it doesn't matter. You go to this place and, you know, the things that surface to you, the way people react to you, the things you come across, the things you notice, because there's a world of things to notice at any given moment. So where your awareness naturally goes, and the things that vibrate into your reality, when, you know, there's a million people in a place, but it's like one person, you know, you made eye contact with one person in a room full of people, and it's like, wow, like, what's that about? It's like, who knows? See. And yeah, it's just all you, and it's all reflections of you, and you can learn so much about yourself if you show up and keep an open mind and an open perspective and an open heart. And yeah, that's just the name of the game right now. So be present, be very, very present through this week and through the end of the year. And yeah, really lock in with yourself and lock in with your world and your reality, and allow yourself to see how good it gets. Allow yourself to see how connected you are to everything, and how connected everything is to you in 2828 as I say that. And yeah, there's a world of magic to be discovered if you allow yourself to see it and allow it to exist in your world. Um, and yeah, I can never stress that enough. And I feel like that's the biggest thing about this journey, the spiritual awakening and all of that, is that it's not even necessarily that, you know, you get, there's more magic that presents itself or anything like that. It's you slowly realizing and softening your awareness and realizing that everything is magic. The magic's all around you all the time. And it's like, the only difference is your ability to perceive it, your ability to hold it, your ability to hold room for it and to engage with it and recognize it as such. Um, because I feel like even in my own experience, it's like, at first it wasn't like the biggest changes as far as like shifts and like, oh, now I'm in this place, or now I'm living in this place and I got this and that and all these things. It wasn't that. It was more so like feeling different in spaces that I've been in, you know, like feeling amazing and blessed and grateful to be in a place that I couldn't wait to leave not long before that, you know, in a place that felt oppressive, in a place that felt like not me. And it's like, what changed? Nothing, but me, my inner world changed. My connection to it all and how I understand myself to fit into all of these things changed. Um, my connection to my power, the realization that it's all a product of me, and my present moment is a product of past present moments, and that I'm always exactly where I need to be, you know? Those things changed, and it's like, and through that, my entire experience changed, even in places where if I just go tell somebody, it's like not much change to the naked eye and to the physical sense, but it's like my whole world's completely different. I'm completely different. My experiences are completely different, and that's where you see it first. And then in that, your reality and your physical changes right behind that, because yeah, you start to move differently. You start to navigate the world differently. You start to engage with things differently. You see them differently, and that leads to far-reaching changes that makes your next present moment, your future present moments different. And yeah, but it's like that those changes get reflected from the inside to the outside. So yeah, definitely lock in with yourself and understand that it's not a luxury. If you're really trying to create a life you love, if you're trying to actualize dreams, if you're looking to make big shifts in your life, understand that going inside is the most effective way to do that, because in that process you'll realize that you're in the middle of an answered prayer right now, and that in the future you'll be in the middle of more answered prayers, and that will never change, that things will continue to unfold in that manner. And in your present right now you have everything you need and enough to make it to the next present moment for sure. And through that understanding unlocks so much gratitude, and through gratitude you can have whatever you want, honestly, because through being in a gratitude vibration you attract in more things to be grateful for, things you don't even have the words to ask for, you know, things you didn't even know that you would be grateful for if they came in, because now you're attracting in a completely different way, you know. I feel like typically we're taught, you know, you get clear and then you work hella hard, you force, and then you get what you know, what you've been going after. But it's like right now we're in a place, as far as just new earth and the new frequencies and available on the planet and everything, where embodiment is the way. And yeah, you can keep forcing through and keep, you know, trying to be really, really hands-on and really, really masculine in your pursuit to the things you want. But understand that through your vibration, you're attracting in those very things. So if you can understand that and shift into that knowing, because that's the most important part. Your reality operates as you know it to operate. So if you don't fully believe that that's possible, then it's not going to work for you, you know. Even if you see it work for other people, even if you say, okay, like I'll believe it when I see it. Understand you're not going to see it. You have to believe it first. You have to not even fully believe, but be open to it, you know. Because if you're completely closed off and you're like, I'll believe it when it happens, it's not going to happen. Those things aren't in alignment. You won't be in resonance because you don't believe it. So you're not going to get proof of that. So, yeah, so that's the first thing, is to soften your awareness, soften um, your beliefs around the way the world operates. And just enough to allow the proof to find you. And in that process, um, it will. And the unfoldment will be. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Damn, I'm like seeing rings when I close my eyes. Like, looks like the Olympics, the Olympic logo. And right now that feels like chakras. Like, you know, they're like different colored rings. I wonder how many rings there are. Is it 7 rings? That's interesting. I never thought about it like that. But yeah, you get all those things into alignment, as far as just your energy centers, as well as just. Damn, I lost my train of thought again. Right when I found it. Oh, okay, embodiment. So if you're able to hold those vibrations if you're able to hold those vibrations, or not the vibrations, the frequency of the things you're trying to bring in, understand that you will be attracting them right in, because you attract what you are. So if you're trying to bring in abundance and you're trying to access your abundance, because you are abundant already, but if you're trying to access more of it in the physical, um, embodiment would be doing the things that make you feel abundant, going to places that make you naturally feel um, that make you feel rich, that make you feel taken care of, that make you feel supported, that make you feel all those ways. And understand that while you're in those vibrations, while you're in those frequencies, that's exactly what you're attracting in. And same for love. Like, the best time to the best time to find love, or to when you're most in resonance to attract in the love you're looking for, or the partner you're looking for, is when you're feeling love. Understand that feeling lonely, you'll never attract love through feeling lonely and separated, and any of that stuff that isn't in alignment to how love would feel to you. So really prioritize making yourself feel those ways, and prioritize those things in your life that make you feel those ways. And understand that the more you can hold those frequencies, the more you can sit in that energy and allow it to ripple out from you and into your world 3636 on the timer, as I say that, the more of that you will get back, and the more proof you'll get back as well. And yeah, just the more that things that match that will come in, and you'll look up and you'll be surrounded by love. You'll be surrounded by your abundance. You'll be surrounded by opportunities to attract in more love, attract in more abundance. And it's like, that's the name of the game right now. And so the most useful thing you can do in your pursuit to everything you see for yourself is gauge how much of your day you're spending in those vibrations, how much of your day feels like the things you're trying to bring in, you know? Like, at the end of the day, sit down and be like, okay, I'm trying to bring that money in. I'm trying to be hella rich, or whatever is right for you. It's like, okay, how much of today did I feel that way, you know? How much did I feel like I needed for nothing? How much of today did I feel like, you know, I was hella supported, and that anything I needed, it was taken care of? When I wanted that thing earlier this morning, did I get it, or did I make myself feel bad, or like I shouldn't spend money, you know, because I have to, just in case, I have to keep just saving and saving and saving. It's like, and that's information right there. If you look back in your day and you didn't spend any time feeling the ways, you didn't spend any time feeling rich, or at every opportunity to make a rich decision, you made a lack decision, tomorrow you got to do better. And understand that that's a great way to keep track of your growth. And sooner or later, you look up and realize, like, you know, you completely change. You know, first you changed inside. Your days will become more. You'll notice that, okay, dang. As I go on, progressively, my days are feeling more and more rich, more and more abundant, more and more supported, and all that. And that'll change who you are. And then in that process, you became by being. And that's just the name of the game right now. It's like, whatever you're trying to bring in for yourself, whatever you're cultivating for yourself, become it. Really become it. And that's how you become it. And that there's no other way to really say it or explain it. But it's like, yeah, and that happens in a moment-to-moment basis, because opportunities will continue to present themselves. You know, the choices, or the opportunities to choose lack or abundance, will continue to choose and present themselves. And you just have to recognize them and stay mindful, and understand that it is that deep, and that you're making big shifts in the little decisions that you're making. So at every opportunity to lean into abundance, lean into the truth that you have everything you need, and that everything is flowing for you and to you, and that you lack nothing and you need for nothing, that, you know, that's a deposit in the bank of your energy, of your frequency, that will continue to ground in this reality. Because after you do that so many times, that's who you are at that point. You're not even having to consciously do it anymore. That's just your perspective. When these opportunities come up, you don't even think about it anymore. You're just making the richest choice, because that's just who you are now. after practicing it for so long. But it's like it starts off slow at first with one opportunity, two opportunities, three opportunities, and then you look up and it's just like this is just your new normal, and it's like you became. But yeah, embodiment is definitely it. So I know if you've been someone who spent a lot of times writing lists and setting intentions and getting really clear on all these things, that's good. But understand that where we're going and where we are now, embodiment is the next level of that. And it's like you can get clear, you can write, but that's also limiting, because you're only limited to what you've experienced. Um, you're only limited to what you experience because there's things that will make you feel abundant. There's things that will make you feel rich and prosperous and all that you just haven't experienced yet, that you don't even know to ask for. So it's like, how do you get to those things? It's like embodiment. So in these new energies that are available to us in this new way, these new ways of actualizing things for ourselves, it's much more expanded, and it's much more limitless that way. And yeah, that's just where we are now. So definitely enjoy that process and enjoy the unfoldment of it, honestly. And this came out, and I was trying to get all that out before I presented it, but the sun, it definitely popped out. It's like that's where we're headed. It's like you can have everything. We're in a whole new world right now. Allow yourself to experience it and understand that it is new. And yeah, and if that's something you haven't seen reflected yet in your experience, allow it to from here. When you leave here, decide what you want to embody, decide what you're calling in, get clear on that. What have I been asking for? What have I been trying to manifest? What have I been trying to bring in? And then also get clear on how you can embody it, like how you can be those things now. Um, and then as the opportunities come in for you to do so, especially this week and moving forward towards the end of the year, choose the thing that is the embodiment of what you're bringing in. As someone hits you up to do this thing or that thing, decide if that opportunity is an embodiment of where you're going. Does that match what you're trying to bring in for yourself? Does that sound like if you do that thing, you'll be in resonance to the life you're creating? And if it's not, hey, say no. Leave room for the truest embodiments of the life you're creating to come in. Yeah, and understand that this is new, and allow yourself to be a baby in it. You don't have to know exactly how it works. You don't have to even fully believe it. You just, hey, faith of a mustard seed. Just allow it, because it's the truth, and it will present itself to you, and you will get everything you need to see to be able to really work with it and make the most of it. So understand that that's all you have to do. No one's asking you to know too much. No one's asking you to come into it knowing exactly what's going on. It's really just, hey, the less you know and the less you allow yourself to know, the better. Because that's nothing but space, That's darkness. And there's more space for the light to come and to fill that darkness. So, yeah, allow yourself to be new. Allow yourself to be clueless a little bit. And even a little delulu, and understand that, hey, the sun is here, and that you're supported in this very journey. Follow your heart. You're guided by your passions, and you're supported by everything. You got a nice firm wall back here. You got sunflowers growing on the other side. You got the sun back here. You got a white horse right here. You got the grass underneath your feet and things blooming around here. Like, you're surrounded by support in all forms. You're not alone in this process. And trust that everything is coming right behind it. Y'all lit in the chat. Oh wow. Someone just popped out again and flipped over. So I'm telling you, it's here for you. It's off. Here we go. Time to turn up, I guess. Full on the bottom. The sun. Like, this is a new journey. I'm telling you. It's at 4448 on the timer. Or 4448 on the timer. It's like, this is it. We're in a whole new world. And Yeah, just really allow it to be new. Like that. That's what I just keep hearing over and over again, over and over. It's like allow it to be new. Allow the truths of what's here and the energies to exist in your world and to present themselves in your world. Like you're really not being asked to have it all figured out. Like, look, this is a baby with nothing, no possessions, no clothes, no nothing. And this is the fool walking off the cliff with a little bag with like nothing in it. And it's like you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have anything other than a willingness to see, a willingness to find out, a willingness to allow it to all unfold for you and in a way that makes sense to you, in a way that you understand, in a way that will feel right to you, that will feel resonant, that will feel like proof and like a confirmation for you. That's it. That's all you have to do. Like you don't have to have all the answers. Yeah, just enjoy that process, honestly, and be light as you can. Don't carry too much as far as just burdens and where you've been and all that. Put some of that weight down. And yeah, just even the sun on both those cards, it just feels like you're being supported by the very things that give us life. You know, without the sun, we can't even inhabit this planet. And it's like that's who's on your side right now. Like the very things that allow life to exist, and the very thing that gives us all the life force that we have, and everything that provides our life is supporting you. Like it's telling you like everything's gonna work out, and that you're supporting, you're divinely protected, and all that. It's like, how can you lose? You can't. It's all here for you. So definitely enjoy the unfoldment of it, and take the pressure off yourself to get everything right, or to know everything, or to know exactly where you're going, or how things are going to unfold, and how things are going to end, begin, and all. Like, you know, that's way too rigid of a way to live this life and to navigate this planet and this world and everything. Because at the end of the day, a grand majority, a grand majority of the things that you're experiencing and that impact your life and that are unfolding here, you have no control over it. And a lot of it, you don't even know it at a conscious level that it's happening or any of that. Like, so if you sit here and try to live your life by controlling all the outcomes, controlling everything that's going on, and like really forcing your way through it, understand that you're going to be very, very limited in the magic that you get to experience. Because most of it is not you. Most of it is not something you're consciously deciding and doing. Most of it is poetry in motion, is you at this place at the right time, that this person also at the right time, and you meet them, and you still at that point you don't even know that there's somebody who's going to be very, very important to you for the rest of your life. And it's like, or for the season or whatever. And it's like you don't know until you know, until you're in the middle of it already. Like you can never see it coming. You can never plan so meticulously and perfectly to make that happen or anything like that. So it's like, why even put that type of pressure on yourself? Don't. Do what's on your heart. Do what feels right. Keep those intentions of where you're going and embody, and allow the rest to unfold, and just do your part and understand that the opportunities and everything will unfold for you to keep showing up and to keep walking through those doors and to keep getting closer to everything. But know that it's all yours. It's all yours to be had and to be experienced. Yeah, you just have to keep doing your part and keep allowing it to unfold without being too attached or being too hands-on. But yeah, I saw my guy because this card kept coming out. Like I kept shuffling. I don't know if you could tell, but I kept shuffling and like looking and like shuffling and looking and shuffling and looking. And every time I shuffled and looked, it just kept being Two of Pentacles. It's like I was ignoring it at first, just like, oh, doing my thing and talking because we were in the middle of a channel. But it's like it just keeps presenting itself. And it's like, I'm not going anywhere. So do your thing, but when you're done, I need some time. And that just feels like exactly what we're talking about, exactly where we are. The world is being rebalanced. The world is shifting. The world is ascending. The universe, everything. Like, and we're going to see that more and more as things continue to unfold. We're going to see more magic. We're going to feel things we've never felt. We're going to see, yeah, I just keep hearing we're in a whole new world. We're in a whole new world. We're in a whole new world. Like, and even the infinity is like, we're infinite and things are continuing to unfold. And yeah, it's just yeah, I'm being called to how his eyes are closed too. Reminds me of the Knight of Swords earlier. It's like play is very big right now. Allowing your inner world to allowing your inner world to be your world, to be your reality, and to allow it to mean more than you typically have been, or more than society would lead you to believe it is. You know, because I feel like in a lot of ways we're always looking to the outer world, and the outer world seems to be like the real world. Like, you know, we even call it that time. Oh, the real world, the real world. But it's like that's only your experience out there is only a product of your inner world. So it's like your inner world is much closer to your reality than the outer world is. Because like me and you can meet up and go to the same place, and you know, experience the whole thing together, stay together the whole time. But it's like the things we experience, and even in that, it won't be the exact same experience that we have. You know, my experience will still be mine, and yours will still be yours. You know, you might notice something across while I was noticing something over here, or somebody might come and compliment me because of something I got going on while you're over there. You know, you're saying hi to this person over here. And it's like without even trying to have a different experience, our experience will be completely different. And it's like, and at that point, it's not the outer world that made that happen. It's more so who we are. And it's like your inner world and cultivating your relationship to it is much more far-reaching than trying to make all these changes or to take the outer world to be the be-all, end-all of experience of reality. So, yeah, we're rebalancing where we're putting our attention. We're rebalancing where our focus is going, and where we're putting our life force, our power, our intention, our awareness, everything. And we're rebalancing and restructuring our dynamic to our reality within and without. And that's very important work right now, especially at the end of fall going into winter. And as we continue to lean in and this process continues to undergo and unfold, it's priming us to be in prime position to be fully embodied, fully aligned with our highest self and our highest path as we go into this one year and into spring. And as this process completes and you feel, and as you take your power back and your inner world becomes more of a reflection, a true reflection of you and everything you are and everything you want out of your life. Understand that springtime, which is already progressive, springtime in a 1 year, in a Capricorn year at that, like, yeah, I lost my train of thought again, but it's all here. Like, all roads are leading to, it's all progressing towards everything you see for yourself, everything that you want for yourself, everything you've been calling in, what it's all been for, honestly. And it's like, we're heading into a beautiful beginning. And it's like, right now, getting clear on what you even want, getting clear on where you stand in relation to everything else, building that connection to your inner world, which is the lens and vehicle in which you even see and navigate all of these outer things with, that you'll be in prime position to actualize everything that's really for you, because you're connected to yourself, you're connected to those very things that you're trying to call in, and you have such clarity, and there is no separation at that point, because you've become all the things that you're calling in. You've become the abundance that you're ready to experience in the physical. You've become the love that you're ready to experience in the physical. You've become your own divine counterpart within yourself, as you've balanced your divine masculine and feminine energies. And now you're in a prime position for that to be reflected by your reality, by a person, if that's what you're ready to call in, you know. It's like you've fostered that relationship to yourself. So now it's like, okay, your reality reflects, like, here you go, that divine counterpart. And it's like, and it's not because you needed them or you really, really were desperate or was hoping that they come in, but it's because you realize you need for nothing. You realize that you are already everything that you want. You are already everything that's for you, and if you don't feel like you are it, that it's within you and that it's available and it's just a choice away. It's just embodiment away. It's just cultivating a relationship away from you being able to realize that, wow, like I'm literally everything. There is no separation from me and the things I want. I just have to allow myself to be what I already naturally am, before all this extra stuff gets put on me, before people's fears get put on me, before my own fears get too much energy from me and all that. So yeah, things are being rebalanced. It's taking its power back from the outside. There's a lot of war back there, but you realize, like, that's not my reality. I don't feel, there's no war going on within me. I feel at peace. I feel calm. I feel whole. So why would I sit here and give my power away to these illusions? If that's their reality, that's okay. Like, that's their reality to have. Mine operates how I know it to operate. Mine operates in accordance to me and what's in resonance to me and the truth of me. It's like, yeah, cultivating that relationship to yourself and giving yourself that priority and that first right of perception. Like, I'm gonna start with my inner world and then go out from there. That will restructure your entire experience and your reality. And yeah, it all begins within, That was really dope. And yeah, Edelvaughn's on the bottom. We're on the move. Shifts are happening very, very quickly. And yeah, these things are big. And we got the Hermit right underneath that. It's like it's time to spend some time in those depths of you. And if you've already been doing it, perfect. Like, you're ahead, and keep doing your thing. You already understand the value of that. You already understand where that leads. You've gotten the proof of just how deep the rabbit hole goes within you, and how if you go deep enough, it comes back out the other side into the world. Like, it's not separate. You spending time in solitude, you spending time getting clear with yourself, isn't you taking away from your physical experience. It's not, and that's not the point either. We're not trying to hide away from the outer world. We just understand that working with the world within ourselves bleeds out into the outer world in a much better, in a more profound and far-reaching way. So keep enjoying that process and understand that you're on the move right now. It doesn't matter how it feels like, you may not be doing a bunch out in the physical. You're not, running up against a wall or grinding or hustling hella hard or whatever. But understand that you're still doing the work. And that when it's time for you to step forward and move forward, and that you'll be slingshotted forward, and you'll move way faster, you'll move way further because of this time you spent here, getting clear and cultivating that relationship to yourself. So when you do step out into the world, everything you do is done with such intention and with such life force and such weight and everything, that your moves and your steps are much more ground shaking, and they're much more world building and all that. And that's just because you got clear. You spent some time in your own energy. You realized your power and who you are, and realized that that's all you had to do. There was nothing that you had to get from outside of you. You just had to be connected to the part of you and the version of you who understands that they are everything. You are source. You are God. You are literally super divine. You're made of the same things that everything is made of. The very things that you're chasing and trying so hard to bring in and to welcome into your life, it's like, that's you. It's all you. You're literally the same. You're too hot to hold. You're too hot to handle, man. We're on the move right now, so enjoy the process. And under that, we got Three of Cups. It's like, it's time to celebrate. We got, look, the sun up there again. You're supported by the very things that give us all life, that allows us all to be here. and you will not be left behind. And you weren't brought this far to be left to your own and to just figure it out. So understand that, keep moving forward, keep doing your thing, and understand that the universe is celebrating you, the divine is celebrating you, and everything is as it should be. All roads led here to this point. And trust that when you look back, that it's all going to make sense, and you're going to see exactly why everything played out the way it did, and how all roads led to your win, and to exactly where you are right now. Two of Cups. Divine union. I'm hearing that loud and clear. Within and without. I'm telling you. You cultivate that relationship between your inner masculine and inner feminine energies, and you understand that there's a balance of both, and you allow them to both show you what they want to show you, and allow them both to express what they want to express, and to take up space in your reality the way they want to. Understand that it has no choice but to reflect on the outside. So if you've been trying to call in your divine union, or a counterpart, or just a person to be with, or whatever, understand that, are you being that person to yourself? Ask yourself that. Are you already being your own ideal partner? Do you pour into your cup the way you want this ideal person to do so? Do you show up for yourself the way this ideal person you want them to? Do you affirm yourself, and are you nice to yourself? Do you love on yourself in those ways? And if the answer is no, then there's some work to be done. And that's a beautiful thing too, because now you can do the work by realizing that. And that brings you one step closer to this. And in that process, you'll realize so much will shift, and you'll really fall in love with yourself and the process and all of that, to where by the time you really become that vibratory match for this, you'll be so detached from it that you'll be so at peace already, and so loved, so supported, so embodied. You'll be Two of Cups embodied, love embodied, divine union embodied within yourself, that you won't even need it anymore. But you'll still get it, and it'll still be beautiful, and you'll be able to do everything to maintain it, and to keep it, and to allow it to grow and amplify you, and it will. So yeah, just really cultivate that connection to yourself, and understand that that connection to yourself is the only thing that grows everything, because you can specifically work on love and making yourself more lovable. You can specifically work on your finances and making yourself, going after the riches. But it's like working on yourself and cultivating that relationship to yourself and your inner world is probably the only thing that literally impacts everything, because everything you engage with, everything you navigate is through you, through the vehicle of your body, through the vehicle of your energy, through the vehicle of your mind, your perspective, your awareness, and all that. So it's like, the more you can cultivate a relationship to that bleeds out into everything else, because you engage in those relationships as you, through your inner world. If you're feeling like turmoil and chaos inside, you're not going to show up in that relationship whole and loving and all that, because you can't separate it. Because on the inside, you feel like chaos. You feel shaky. So it's like, that's how you're going to show up naturally into this thing. That's how you're going to show up as you're working on your business. You're going to show up there shaky. You're going to show up there fearful. You're going to show up there with self-doubt, because you're a self-doubting person. You don't trust yourself. So it's like, now you're sitting there trying to become rich, and it's like, how are you going to make that decisions in which trusting yourself is very important? Now you're sitting here undercharging because you don't really know your worth, or all those things. And it's like, so now you're working backwards. You're working against the very things you say you're trying to go after. But it's like, how do you fix that? You go within. You address those wounds. Why do you feel unworthy? Why do you feel why do you not value yourself? It's like, you get clear on that by going into your inner world. And then that bleeds out, because once you heal those things and you allow those things to move, and you get clear on, wow, actually, I'm worthy of it all. I'm literally God embodied. I'm literally an amazing person. I'm so deserving. As you realize that, how do you move then? Naturally, you're gonna charge your worth. Naturally, you're gonna be like, no, I'm not settling for that because I'm worth everything. Like, you can never even give me my worth anyway, so I'm definitely not taking that offer. Like, that's already too low. I need all of it, but there's something I'm willing to take, and it's like you just show up differently, and it's like naturally you getting cultivating that relationship to your inner world and understanding who you are and everything you have. It's gonna bleed out into everything because you're gonna show up in that relationship differently, demanding your worth. You're gonna show up at work demanding your worth. You're gonna show up in the world moving in confidence and ready to be received by everything because you know that it's all a reflection of you, and that literally your whole life changes. And as I say that, I forgot the music was playing. It's been really low, but the song that was just playing was "I Am," and it goes, "I am everything I thought I'd be, and everything, and all things I thought I'd see." Damn, that song's years old, but it was very relevant to what we're talking about. So yeah, if you feel called to, definitely go listen to it. I'll play it again and kind of turn it up. But yeah, it's definitely a very relevant song. So, but that being said, I feel like y'all got that, and yeah, I feel very called to go to Oracle. So let's see what comes out here. These messages have been dope. I feel like time is definitely flying by. And the fact that it's been an hour is kind of crazy to me. Yeah. Everything I thought I'd be. Oh, things I never thought I'd see have just become everyday life now.